And we're back. This is Culturally Distinct. I'm Robin Owens, and I'm here with my co-host, Gary Wade.
Hey.
Hey, Gary.
How you doing?
We're also in here with the most awesome producer, engineer, Wink.
Wink.
Wink. We appreciate you for adding to the conversation all the time.
No problem.
And we also have Sherm Peters in as well. And it's so fun. And we walked in, we both have on the same shirt.
Yes.
Which is something we'll talk about a little bit. When Gary was talking about access and really putting pressure and really bringing to everyone's awareness that there's a responsibility and an obligation and a requirement for some of these businesses to ensure that minorities are participating in meaningful ways in their projects and activities. Sherman and I have a couple things in common with the ION and the ION district. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there.
Okay. So I'm the CEO and founder of Nanco Aero. Nanco Aero makes flying cars. So where do we start with flying cars? And that's with drones and drone technologies. So the ION, which is a pretty much a innovation,
a tech and innovation space,
a hub for Houston, right? First of its kind. And we've been accepted into the accelerator for aerospace innovation to build flying cars.
That's
right?
amazing.
Really is amazing. They opened it up for minority aerospace innovation. So we're now a cohort of about 4 last year. Then they did another one this year. So in terms of minority participation, getting actual access to a lot of good people, a lot of good advisors, it's been excellent so far at the ION.
Tell us a little bit about the different types of companies that are in your cohort and in the current cohort. I know you design and make flying cars. What do the other businesses do? And are they all Black-owned? Are they owned by women? Are they owned by other types of minorities? Tell us a little bit about these 2 cohorts of aerospace-related businesses.
Right. The first cohort last year, it was only 4, 3 male-led, 1 woman-led. So Damiana boozed. I'm not sure if there's a second, but it's just boozed, and they do a almost like a AI bartender. So taking NASA technology and kind of applying it to social life and drinking life, right?
Nice.
Another one was I can't remember the name of the company, but he did AI, I guess, chemical separation for outer space processes. So for people looking to do different processes, chemical processes, mining in space, well, in anti-gravity, you can't really separate liquids and gases so easily. So he came up with an AI code to do that.
Wow.
Another guy, which is the last guy, was also doing a flying car, but his is a bit different, kind of combining a helicopter and a car. Kind of all one, if you ever seen Incredibles, the enemies in Incredibles that had the little blade airships, so he's making exactly those.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Sherm, like I say, I had no idea you was dropping in on us, and we glad for your presence.
Surprise.
And I mean, a great surprise, because I want you to elaborate on the MWDBE Academy. And if I might, Sherm also was side by side with me developing that program. And so he knows it very, very, very well. So Sherm, you've been through the program. How does the program work for you when it comes to minority participation dealing with prime contractors or with this money that we're talking about?
One is an eye-opener. There's a lot of things that I had no idea, and 90% of the people I meet who are trying to get into business, minority, have no idea as well. Now, I've applied to different grants, contracts for NASA, right, DOD. Of course, it got denied, but figuring out how to win those and what's the reasons for not winning and who does win. I've, within the program, learned all of the rules and regulations on how it's supposed to go when it comes to minority participation. Prior to that, I had no idea that there was even a participation, plan or action for companies to follow, let alone it's federally regulated, right? They have to follow that. So, knowing that, hey, I actually have a good chance to succeed within government contracts and grants and everything is good, but now it's figuring out how to actually do that because we are not the only minorities.
Right.
So
right.
That's where kind of, we're getting beat out. One, we didn't even know that there's a minority game to be played, and two, we're not even the only ones, and we don't have access.
So it goes back to what I always talk about all the time about the 1964 Civil Rights Act, and all of this stuff that we talking about with all these federal programs, all these federal plans, all this stuff derived basically from that particular act, and again, I have nothing against no race or people, nobody. I love everybody. But when I think about the Edmund Pettus Bridge, when I close my eyes and think about it, when you look and see who was walking over that bridge, I didn't see any white women. If I'm wrong, somebody help me. I didn't see any Hispanic people. I didn't see any Asian people. I didn't see nobody but African Americans, black people, getting water holed down, bitten by dogs, all this good stuff. So we paid the price for the 1960s. In fact, they killed Dr. Martin Luther King, the ultimate price. And at the same time, a few months later, they knocked off Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy. And then rest of the freedom fighter leaders ran to the pulpits to the church and just left the 1964 Civil Rights Act just kind of dormant. Just like we ain't fooling with that because death come with that.
Among other things.
With other things. So almost 60 years later, you just heard a young brother say that we don't even know the lane. We don't even know the lane, guys. And I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but seem like to me we should know the lane. They don't teach the 1964 Civil Rights Act in school. You talking about CRT. Oh, my goodness. If they came up with a book talking about Dr. Martin Luther King and what he did, along with the people that came along with him, man, it would be absolutely crazy.
Which CRT is basically a post-grad course.
Right.
That's taught in law school that's basically discusses how systematic racism affects each and every part of society. It's post-grad. It's never been taught below post-grad.
So, guys, again, I think when we first came on a couple of months ago, the format on this program is we want to teach people. We want to teach our people. We want to teach our people, man. We want to reach them however we can. I can remember talking to Pastor Rudy about doing this show a few years ago. You hear me, Robin? A few years ago, and I don't know what happened that we didn't do it, but
it's all with Pastor Rudy. It's always about God's timing.
Absolutely,
and this is the time.
Right.
So now's the time.
And so, guys, we need to each reach one. Even if we start in our little community, this station, if you're listening to 102.5 FM, it only reaches inner city. I think about 400,000 or 500,000 people. That's a lot of people right there. That's a lot of people. And then when you go and download the app, KMAZ, you get the whole world. And if you are in Bareback, Africa, or wherever you might be under the sound of our voices, this is for you. So on Sundays, tell your friends, tell your buddies, tell everybody to pull up to the radio, get close to the radio, 102.5 FM Amazing. You do good through good station.
And we're also available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
All that. Get your pencil and paper, and we're going to teach them. Each one teach one. My motto at the MWDBE Training Academy is what, Sherm?
If you knew better, you do better.
If you knew better, you do better. And guys, like I say, I don't know how much longer God's going to allow me to walk on this earth, but I promise him, as long as I'm on this earth, we're going to reach the people, teach the people. That's what it's all about. So again, you're listening to Culture Distinct. I'm Gary Wade, my lovely co-host Robin Owens.
Thank you, Gary.
Our missing in action brother Adam
Nelson.
Traveling, Adam, have safe travels. We'll see you next week. Our drop-in surprise studio guest, Sherm Peters. You know what? Flying cars.
It's amazing.
No. Y'all can fly. I'm going to watch. I already told them, I'm going to watch y'all fly.
But you flying a plane?
I will find a plane.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of flying in a plane. And I don't think I'm afraid of flying in a car. I just want y'all to fly first.
Got you. Make sure it stays up there. I got you.
Stay fly.
Then,
Well, with Sherm behind the controls, I think we're all in good hands.
well, I got
Hey,
absolutely.
I like
Listen,
that.
so, again, Sherm and I have been working together for probably 5 years, so I know exactly what's going on in Sherm's life. Trust me. I think I'm Sherm's dad. you know. So Sharon and I talk all the time. He's a great dude, man. I love him to death, and just like I do all my team, I do. I love all my hosts, my co-hosts, Robin Owens. Girl, you are the superstar. Smart as a whip, sharp, sharp, sharp. So, guys, Robin, what's the name of your business?
The Odom Consulting Group.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What do y'all do, Robin?
Well, interesting that you should ask that. We provide marketing strategy, public relations, media, and communications strategy to clients big and small in Houston, in the state of Texas, and across the country. We are actually wrapping up interviews for interns. We take college students for the summer through an 8-week internship that has a paid educational stipend at the end of it. And, we've interviewed about 20 young people for about 7, maybe 8 spots. So excited to work them hard this summer, but also give them a lot of valuable experiences.
And that's what you need. So, again, guys, you heard the Odom Group. Reach out to them. And just based on the title that she said, I heard marketing. What else I hear?
Strategy.
So what
Public
we were talking about
relations.
earlier, you need somebody like Robin and the Odom Group to show you how to strategize through this maze, because it is absolutely a maze, guys. Trust me, it's a maze. It's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is doable. Before I close, even with what I do every day, every single day of my life, I look at least $300 million or more in contracts every single day. Every single day. And I'm so motivated. How can you not be motivated if you like money, if you want to be a part of the process, and you're looking at $500 million worth of contract that you got action to be in the mix? People ask me why I go to work. I don't go to work. I go do what I like to do. I don't work. I do what I like to do. And what I'm doing now is teaching the people and helping them do and reach their goals is one of the things I want to do. So, again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead, Robin. Last word.
We will see you next week. This is Culturally Distinct on 102.5 Amazing FM, your do-good,
Through good
good
station.
station.
We out.